Hey guys, welcome to another Lunchtime review. Today I'm going to try this, it's Park Street Deli. It is the tomato glazed beef meatloaf. It is beef mixed with onions and spices with a tomato glaze, fully cooked and microwavable. We bought this at, and this is refrigerated, we bought this at ALDI. It was $5.99, but it's not a one-time meal. It's probably a couple, 2 or 3 meals. It is 16 ounces, 1 pound, 454 grams for the meal. And let's see, there's 4 ounces for a serving, 4 servings in the container, 240 calories per serving. I don't think that's too bad. There's your other info. So heating directions, I think this only, no, it does have oven, and you can do air fryer too. Interesting, but there's the directions if you want to do those. We're not going to do those, but there they are. Okay, so one of the things you have to do is tomato glaze packet, place tomato glaze in warm water to heat. Do not microwave it. So we're going to remove the sleeve, the clear wrap, the lid, and the tomato glaze packet from the tray. Add 1 tablespoon of water to the tray, covered with lid and microwave on high for 5 to 6 minutes. Tray and lid are microwave safe, okay. Let stand for 1 to 2 minutes before applying tomato glaze. Cool. So remove everything, add a tablespoon of water, and then microwave for, I'll probably do 5.5 minutes with the tray, with the cover on. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this has actually got just the meat just laying in the tray, I think. Looks like it at least. Would explain why it's wrapped in a plastic wrap. Okay, and the lid pops off pretty easily. There's your tomato packet. It has a little tear strip right here. Right there. So there it is. There's your meatloaf, and it is just in the tray. So I'm going to add some water to that, cover it back up, put it in the microwave, and I'll be back. And I'm going to put the tomato stuff, I'll probably put in a bowl of warm water or hot water. Okay, it's been sitting for about a minute or two, like it said. So I'm going to take this lid off. Got a bit of moisture in there. I'm actually going to put it on this plate. I'm going to see if I can't transfer it over. Because I want to get rid of some of that grease. Yeah, that worked really well. All right, so now I'm going to get my tomato glaze. There, right there. And it's been just in a cup of hot water. Dry the pouch off just a little bit. All right, so it's got a pull tab right here, so I'm going to pull this off. Hopefully it doesn't tear the whole bag up. Nope. Put that away. So it says tomato, you know, at my house when I was growing up, it was ketchup. We always put ketchup on top. Mom put ketchup on top, and I think she baked it with the ketchup on top. But this is a ton of glaze. I mean, that's pretty thick. I don't know how much thicker I want to go with it. But it was always ketchup. This looks like literally tomato, like a tomato paste or tomato puree. So it might not be quite ketchup-y, but it's definitely tomatoey. Get all little spots. Okay, so I'm going to take this over the table. I'm not going to eat all of this, of course, but if you're doing this for a lunchtime, taking it to work, you'd probably do this exact step and then go ahead and cut it into however many portions you want. So if it's 4, again, without weighing it, you're not going to know for sure, but you would want to cut it into 4 hunks, right? So that's pretty good portion sizes. And then, and put that in a container and take it to work in some kind of bowl or whatever and heat it up when you get to work. If you're going to eat it for dinner, you just heat it up like this, cut it up, you're ready to go. So I'm going to take this over the table and try it out. All right, so let's sit for a minute. Not long, just long enough to get it over here and get my camera set up, that kind of stuff. There's the bite I'm going to take. Got plenty of the tomato glaze on there. It's definitely a tomato glaze and not a ketchup glaze because it's sweet. It has that sweet tomato like paste flavor to it. It's a sweeter flavor than a ketchup would be. A ketchup tends to be a little saltier with a little touch of like a vinegar kind of flavor. You know what ketchup tastes like. This doesn't taste like ketchup. It literally tastes like tomato. The meatloaf itself is good and firm. It's dense. It's not falling apart on me at all. I like the texture. The edges are a little dry, which is not super uncommon for meatloaf, to the edges to be a little dry. But the inside, it's got a good level of moisture to it, but it's very, very dense. I mean, it's densely packed, which a lot of meatloaf is. I don't think they put a lot of fillers in this. I think there's a lot of meat in there, and they didn't put like my mom always put like breadcrumbs in there to kind of loosen it up. This doesn't seem like it has a lot of that in there. It's a lot. I mean, it does have some, you can tell, but it's not loose like I'm used to, like homemade. So it's more dense. It's more like the texture of a meatball. So if you have a meatball, you know how densely packed that meat is. That's what this reminds me of more than my traditional, what I think of as meatloaf. Flavor-wise too, it's 90% tomato. That's what you taste. You get that sweet tomato flavor. The meatloaf itself has a good flavor, but it's covered up really strongly by the tomato, which is good, but I really wish there was more of that oniony, meaty kind of flavor coming through, which I'm missing a little bit. Also, the meatloafs I'm used to have like Worcestershire sauce in it, so you get a little spice in there. There's really no spice in this at all. So I think it's good, definitely not worth turning down. I mean, it's not one you want to go, oh, I'm never gonna eat that, that's awful. It's good, and you should absolutely try it out if you're interested in it. Just know that you're not gonna get a lot of the seasonings and spices beyond the tomato glaze. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Again, it's not bad by any means. I just wish it had more spices to it and some more flavors coming through than just tomato. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.